Thank you. Advice to the body. I hope we do have a full debate on this, Representative Dean, on your proposal to drain the reserve fund to use one-time money to pay back the shift. We did offer the amendments twice in committee. One of my main concerns is when this comes back to the floor that Representative Holberg is going to rise to a point of order on this exact bill and say it's out of order as an amendment. And so we actually won't be able to have the debate because you'll be using the rules once again, just as you're doing today, to hide behind to avoid debate, because you do not want to debate whether we should be protecting corporations or whether we should be protecting kids. You're on the side of protecting corporations. I understand that. We're going to be on the side of protecting kids. And so I think the ruling of the Speaker that he just made is just one more example of bending the rules, not playing by the rules in order to avoid that important choice, because we really do have a choice today, and it's an important choice and a simple choice for all of you. You know, we actually can be serious about paying back the IOUs that we owe our kids and to fully pay them back, or we can continue to protect tax breaks for wealthy corporations. We can choose to make our kids the priority or make corporations the priority. That is our choice today, and it's the choice that you're going to be making and voting on once again, as you voted on a couple times today. We're also making another kind of choice today, and I think this is important. You know, are we going to make a fiscally responsible choice, or are we going to play the same shell games that plagued your last budget, moving money from one account to another in an election year effort to cover your tracks from last year's budget that ended the shutdown that you brought upon the state of Minnesota? So, you know, as a reminder, when we arrived in January 2010, we had a 90-10 shift. That was what the law was, and you borrowed nearly $3 billion from our schools. And you're having a little buyer's remorse. I understand that. And I think we all agree it's time to repay those IOUs, but it's really a difference about how we do it. You know, you plan, again, to use one-time money. You don't pay our schools back in full. We're still on the hook for $2 billion. Our plan actually has a plan to pay back the schools in full. Your plan drains a huge portion of our budget reserves. Again, just as you did before, it leaves our state billions in dollars in debt and a significant risk to have to force ourselves to do additional short-term borrowing, just like your last budget. Again, you're going down the same path. Our plan actually preserves that rainy day fund and puts in a fair funding source to repay our schools and our kids. You know, your plan, what you're trying to do is protect these CEOs of these big corporations who are hiding their money in Aruba, the Bahamas, Bahrain, all these other places. We're actually just asking those companies to play by the same rules as Main Street small businesses across this state. This is an easy choice. We should overturn the ruling of the Speaker. Then we can actually reconsider this report that is Representative Garofalo's majority report. Maybe we can actually at that point take up the minority report and have the actual vote on this choice, because I'm afraid that you're not going to allow us to actually have this debate. You're going to ram ahead with your preference for corporations over kids, and that's just not right, and it's not what Minnesotans want us to do.